Imagine if you could foresee the future. What if all the tragedies, innovations, and even the collapses of our society were already written somewhere, known to someone with the ability to see beyond the borders of time? Sounds like science fiction, right? Now, what if I told you this isn't just a made-up story, but something very real? This was the life of Baba Vanga, a simple woman from Bulgaria who, after a personal tragedy, gained an almost supernatural power, the ability to predict events that would shape the destiny of our world. Her predictions were not only tangible but terrifyingly accurate, from devastating natural disasters to the collapse of global powers and even the creation of technologies that would forever change the way we live. Now, think about this. Are Baba Vanga's predictions for 2025 truly possible? Or are we simply dealing with curious coincidences? A climate apocalypse, a global energy crisis, a technological revolution driven by artificial intelligence. And the most enigmatic of all, the death of a great world leader, which, according to her, will be the turning point for an irreversible transformation of our future. What does the future really hold? Are we ready for what's to come? Stay with us, because what you're about to hear might be more than just a set of predictions. It could be an urgent warning about our future. Get ready to be shocked. Baba Vanga, a simple woman, became one of the most enigmatic seers of the 20th century. But what many don't know is that she began her journey in the most unbelievable way. After losing her sight at the age of 12 due to an accident, something extraordinary appeared in place of her blindness, a gift that defied all logic and science. She began to predict the future with a precision that still puzzles experts today. And we're not talking about vague or general predictions, but about specific events that later came true, making her a global reference. Her predictions weren't just about what would happen. She seemed to understand how and why these events occurred, as if she were attuned to invisible forces beyond our comprehension. She accurately predicted the fall of the Soviet Union, the 9/11 attacks, and even the 2004 tsunami. Over the years, she became the counselor for many people, including world leaders, seeking answers about the future and complex personal issues. But the big question that persists to this day is, how did she make these predictions? Was there really a supernatural power involved? Or was there something else behind her extraordinary abilities? Let's dive into that. Prediction 1. Climate apocalypse. One of Baba Vanga's most alarming and impactful predictions was about what she called the climate apocalypse. For her, natural disasters and extreme climate changes weren't just a possibility, they were an inevitability. Baba Vanga spoke of devastating droughts, unrelenting storms, and even disasters like massive flooding, claiming that the planet would be on the verge of an environmental collapse in the near future. The concept of a climate apocalypse might not be as far-fetched as we would like to believe. In 2023, extreme weather events have already become a daily reality. Stronger hurricanes, uncontrollable wildfires, and severe droughts affecting entire regions. Indeed, modern science acknowledges that global warming, driven by greenhouse gas emissions, is causing increasingly drastic changes in the world's climate patterns. Baba Vanga's predictions, though enigmatic, seem to align with these scientific observations. In her reports, Baba Vanga clearly pointed out the most vulnerable regions to these disasters. Coastal areas like Florida and parts of Asia would be severely impacted by rising sea levels, while some African nations, already weakened by years of drought and water scarcity, would see their living conditions deteriorate even further. For her, these climate changes wouldn't be isolated events, but rather a sequence of interconnected catastrophes, leading the planet into a progressive collapse. But are we really heading toward this dark future? The average global temperature is already rising, causing the polar ice caps to melt and sea levels to rise. According to recent studies, if greenhouse gas emissions continue at their current pace, Baba Vanga's predictions could materialize even more dramatically than we can imagine. And what does this mean for humanity? Is Earth on an irreversible path, or is there still time to turn things around? Baba Vanga's words serve as a warning. Perhaps the planet's future depends on the decisions we make right now. Prediction 2. Global energy collapse. One of the most unsettling scenarios that Baba Vanga predicted for the future was a global energy collapse. For her, the scarcity of resources and the intense competition for energy sources would be decisive factors in the crumbling of economies and global social instability. In her forecasts, she warned about the end of traditional energy sources like oil and gas, and the growing difficulty of sustaining the consumption rates that modern societies demand. Today, the tensions around energy resources are palpable. The growing demand for energy, combined with the climate changes affecting renewable energy production, is already forcing countries to look for new sources of supply. Meanwhile, fossil fuels, which for decades have been the backbone of our global economy, are rapidly depleting, and alternatives like renewable energy still face significant challenges. Increasing oil and gas production has become more difficult, and energy reserves are becoming more expensive and less accessible. Prediction 3. The AI revolution. Another striking prediction from Baba Vanga was the rise of artificial intelligence and its transformative impact on society. She foresaw a time when machines would not only assist humanity, but would begin to govern vast sectors of our lives. While she didn't use the term AI explicitly, her description of machines gaining intelligence closely mirrors the advancements we are witnessing today in technology. The rapid development of artificial intelligence in recent years has already begun to reshape the world in ways we could never have imagined. AI is being integrated into everything, from healthcare to transportation, from finance to education. We are at the cusp of an era where intelligent machines could surpass human capabilities in many fields. For Baba Vanga, this revolution was not just about technological advancement, it was about a new world order in which human beings would be forced to adapt or face the consequences. But what exactly did Baba Vanga mean when she spoke about the dangers of artificial intelligence? Was she warning of a future where AI could surpass human control? Could the machines she spoke of become so advanced that they could dictate our futures, leading to a loss of autonomy and control? As we venture deeper into the AI era, we must ask ourselves, are we ready for the potential consequences of this technological leap? Baba Vanga's predictions might not just be a glimpse of a distant future, but a pressing reality we are about to face. Are we in control, or will AI eventually take the reins? Prediction 4. The death of a world leader. Perhaps one of the most chilling predictions Baba Vanga made was the death of a world leader that she claimed would mark the beginning of a new era, an era that would change the course of history forever. She didn't specify who this leader would be, but her warning was clear. The death of a powerful leader would trigger an irreversible transformation in global politics and the balance of power. In today's world, we are more politically divided than ever, and the fate of global leaders often feels like the fate of the entire world. Could Baba Vanga have been predicting a significant turning point in global leadership? What if a single death could spark a chain reaction, leading to wars, economic collapses, or even the rise of new, unforeseen global powers? With growing instability in some regions of the world, it's easy to see how such an event could unfold. And while we may not know which leader Baba Vanga was referring to, her words serve as a reminder. The future of the world can change in an instant, and when it does, we may not be able to stop the consequences. Prediction 5. Social upheaval and the fall of nations. Baba Vanga also foresaw a time when social upheaval would sweep across nations, leading to political chaos and the eventual collapse of established powers. She predicted revolutions, economic crises, and the breakdown of social order as a result of widespread dissatisfaction with leadership and global systems. In recent years, we have seen the rise of social movements and protests in many parts of the world. People are increasingly dissatisfied with government corruption, inequality, and the inability of political systems to address pressing issues. In some cases, these protests have already led to political changes. Could Baba Vanga have been seeing the early signs of this unrest? Her prediction points to a deeper question. What happens when the people of the world no longer trust their leaders or the systems they represent? Are we heading toward a time when society's foundations begin to crack? Is the world ready to face the challenges that will arise when the balance of power shifts and when the very structures that have supported us for centuries begin to fall? Prediction 6. The rise of new powers. Baba Vanga also predicted the rise of new global powers, which would challenge the dominance of established nations. She foresaw a time when emerging economies would change the global balance of power, creating a new geopolitical landscape. The rise of China, India, and other countries has already begun to shift the dynamics of international politics, and many believe this transformation is just the beginning. Could Baba Vanga have foreseen the decline of traditional superpowers and the rise of new, influential nations that would shape the future of the world? As global influence becomes more decentralized, we might be witnessing the early stages of a profound geopolitical transformation, one that could redefine the world order for decades to come. As the world continues to change, these shifts in power might not be as smooth as we hope. Tensions between old and new powers could lead to conflict, economic instability, and a rethinking of alliances. Baba Vanga's predictions about the rise of new powers could be a warning. The future may not look the way we expect, and the balance of power could shift in unexpected and dramatic ways. Prediction 7. The revival of ancient technologies. One of the most intriguing and mysterious predictions from Baba Vanga was about the revival of ancient technologies. She spoke of a time when humanity would rediscover knowledge that had been lost to history, ushering in a new era of technological innovation. This prediction is fascinating because, in many ways, we are already witnessing the resurgence of ancient ideas and practices. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in technologies and philosophies that were once thought of as ancient or outdated. From sustainable building practices used by ancient civilizations to the study of alternative energy sources like geothermal and solar power, it seems that we are starting to look to the past for solutions to our modern problems. Could Baba Vanga have foreseen a time when we would turn back to the knowledge of the ancients to guide us through the crises of the future? Moreover, the revival of forgotten technologies could lead to advancements that bridge the gap between the past and the future. Baba Vanga's prediction about the re-emergence of these ancient innovations suggests that they might play a pivotal role in solving some of the world's most pressing challenges, such as energy crises, environmental destruction, and even space exploration. While we may not know exactly what technologies Baba Vanga was referring to, her words remind us that the key to our future could very well lie in our past. As we move forward, perhaps it's time to start looking backward. So, what does all this mean for us? As we look at Baba Vanga's predictions, we can't help but wonder, are we truly prepared for what's to come? Whether her visions were the result of supernatural insight or a deeper understanding of global trends, one thing is clear. Her words serve as a stark reminder that the future is uncertain and the changes we face may be more radical than we ever imagined. The climate crisis, the rise of artificial intelligence, the instability of global leadership, the shifting balance of power, and the re-emergence of ancient technologies are all real challenges we must confront. Baba Vanga's legacy teaches us that while we may not be able to predict the future with certainty, we can prepare ourselves for the possibility of transformation. The future, as Baba Vanga might say, is not set in stone. It is shaped by the decisions we make today, by how we respond to the challenges we face, and by how we choose to embrace or resist the changes that are coming our way. Are we ready for the world Baba Vanga predicted? Only time will tell. As we conclude, it's important to remember that Baba Vanga's predictions were not just about foreseeing future events. They were a call to action. Whether we choose to view them as warnings or simply as reflections of possible futures, they urge us to act now. The future is not something that happens to us, but something we actively shape with every choice we make. So, what will we do? How will we prepare for the world that's coming? The time to reflect and act is now. If you found these predictions intriguing, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into mysteries, predictions, and events that could shape our future. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And of course, share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Baba Vanga's predictions could come true? Let's discuss it.